So funny thing before this video starts, I was looking for some eye drops for my glaucoma because I felt like I misplaced the bottle. I'm like, oh, maybe it's still in my travel stuff. And then I look over and I'm like, oh, I still had shit in my bag. And people are messaging me. Is that? No, that's something else. That's something different. Let me mute that. But as I was looking through my bag, I found, oh look, I still had some of the world stuff stuck in there. By the way, I have a Pokemon Masters pin, which actually I might pin some of this shit on my actual bag for future reference. I don't know. We'll see. Depends on how much I plan to travel next year. Anywho, on to the video. Yo, what's up guys? Terrell here from Terrell Game Vlogs. I know it's been a minute. I got weird things going on in the background. You can probably see the travel case and my shit going on. I've been meaning to do this video for a while now, I'll be real with you. But I don't know what happened. It seems like ever since I got back from DC, I have been extremely lazy and been doing only the bare minimum when it comes to my side activities. I've been, primarily the main things I've been doing is streaming, this weekly podcast I've been doing on my channel, and then the podcast and stuff I always do anyway, like Juices Loose. Sometimes I'm in the Pokepod and the Emerald playthrough stuff. Haven't really done that much unique content for any of my channels, including this one. So I thought, a month and a half later, it might be nice to go ahead and finally do the Worlds recap video that I was planning to do, because I have footage and clips and pictures and shit that, if you were following me on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, you would have saw, but if you weren't, then you wouldn't have seen shit. And I never really talked about it. I think we've only talked about it once in video, which was during KG's stream. So if you don't follow KG online, you don't know nothing about this trip. So the trip was back August, I want to say it was 14th through the 17th. Although we ended up being there from the 13th to the 18th. I might have the dates mixed up, but the point is it was a weekend. Pokemon Worlds is like a yearly Pokemon kind of, I guess I can call it an extravaganza of sorts, where it has the competition for the games, the video games, TCG, which is the trading card game, and then side things like Pokken. And then obviously, depending on the year, depends on whether or not they have demo content, the Masters demo, because Masters was demoed there before it actually came out to the public, which at this point is nothing special because everyone's played it now. And then they also had a demo of Sword and Shield, which is still kind of special, but not really, because one, it's the E3 demo, and two, that'll be irrelevant in about another 2 months when the game actually comes out on November 15th. So it's cool. It's more of just for the gathering and the people you meet and that kind of stuff. So the way this actually transpired, because I had no intentions of this. Worlds is something you're aware of every fucking year, and you knew where it was going to be held every fucking year. I had no original intentions of going, but Tyrone the guy 3, was talking about, he's going to go because he wants to do tournament. And I thought, I was well, it's okay, so it's you and your girlfriend. He's like, no, my girlfriend's not coming. And so I'm and so we didn't hear, and it's funny because I didn't hear about it from Tyrone originally. I heard about it from KG. I think Tyrone wasn't there that day, and he and KG mentioned that Tyrone was going to go, and then as soon as he mentioned it, it then became the idea, we should all go to DC. And this is kind of funny to me because, one, this is my first time meeting any of these people in person, and some of these people I haven't known that long. Just to name our group entirely, I'm going to try to go between their real names and their internet personas. You had me, you had Tyrone, which is Tyrone the Guy 3, KG, which is KG Prestige or KG Mudai, I think is his YouTube channel currently. You have Vanessa, who most people would know online is Nessa4587, I believe is what it is. On Twitter, I think she has a YouTube, but I think primarily she only did AMV. So she was someone I met through Twitter who ended up joining us on a lot of our podcasts and streams when she was available. Then you had Polly, who was another person I didn't know of. I didn't know of originally until like early this year, and that was due to the fact that last year Tyrone, KG, and them had went to like Anime NYC, and Polly lives in that general area and joined up with them there. I didn't go last year because of money constraints, and I think I had just bought my car. I think that's literally what it was. Yeah, because Anime NYC is in November, and I bought my car in October. So I think it was literally I had just bought my car, and it was like, what the fuck do I look like with like barely any prep for it? So they went and they met her, and I think I was introduced to Polly through them. That's how so it was yeah. Tyrone, KG, Nessa, Polly, Richie, which is I think it's R Farley, dude. It's weird because I never call him by his actual channel or Twitter name, so it's weird. I just call him Richie. And then Daniel, which I believe his is DJ Sock Puppet. Once again, most people call him either DJ or Daniel, so I'm not used to the full name, but I think that's what he's known as, a DJ Sock Puppet online. That was our group. I felt bad because TSS couldn't come, which is TSS Killer, because he was going to Japan the week before. So when he got back, we were all leaving for DC. This, I'm going to go ahead and say right now, this was my first time flying in a plane. This was my first time going that far out of state by myself, technically. It was a lot of firsts. It was a lot of firsts, so I had to do like a lot of prep and understanding of shit I was gonna do. I'm like very paranoid, and I'm also very like, a lot of people can't tell because of the way I act, but I'm pretty antisocial. Like, it's not like I will go out of my way to like avoid interacting with you, but if you gave me the freedom to pick what I was gonna do, more likely you would catch me in my house chilling versus like out and about messing around with other people. Now in recent years I've tried to become more proactive, which is part of the reason why I ended up even agreeing to this in the first place. So over the coming months we were kind of setting up plans and shit, had to get tickets. I had to essentially buy all travel gear because none of this shit I owned. The furthest I had traveled up until this trip was North Carolina, which is like a state over. I'm in Georgia, so I had to go through South Carolina to get to North Carolina. That's like the furthest I'd gone, and I wasn't even the one driving. I was a passenger, so I didn't really feel like it was a trip I took. This is the first trip I could say I took in full confidence and like was 100% in control of like what I was doing and what was going on. Whereas the North Carolina trip wasn't so much, and I did that for Animazement. I think that was 2012. I haven't traveled in a while because I haven't had no need to. I had like I said, most of my friends don't live in Georgia, so it's like you gotta travel, and then that's a lot of fucking money you've spent. If you don't want to know, I spent way too much fucking money on this stupid ass trip. I love it, and I do not regret it whatsoever, but it was a lot of fucking money. I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you. So the general itinerary was this. I was told, and the suggestion is that even though the event ended on Sunday, the smartest idea would be to leave on Monday because everybody tries to leave on Sunday. So the airport would have been crowded. So realistically, people were like, TSS has suggested to me that it'd be better for you guys to leave on Monday. Then we split money for the hotel room, which made things a lot more financially convenient. Because if you bought those hotel rooms by yourself, that is a lot of fucking money to be spending on just the room. Like if I had to pay for, I probably wouldn't have went if I had to pay for a room by myself. Or if I paid for a room, I would have to get a hotel that was way further away from the actual venue. Whereas like the hotel we were at was literally right there, which I think is part of the reason why they charge so goddamn much. Also because it's the fucking Marriott, and the Marriott's expensive no matter where the fuck you're going. Because it's the goddamn Marriott. So most of us got there on Thursday because the event started on Friday, technically, even though they had like registration shit going on Thursday anyway. It just wasn't until the latter half of the day. Like the actual, like the pre-registration shit, like in the kind of open to the public portion, started at like 3 o'clock that Thursday afternoon. So if we were there, we could do stuff. The order I believe we all came in was me, Richie, Tyrone, Nessa, I think were the ones who came in on planes. I got there first, then it was Tyrone, then it was Richie, and then you had KG coming on bus, DJ driving, and Paulie driving. So it was, so after Richie, we were the first three there. Then there's this huge gap in time because we all got there in the morning. I felt bad for Richie because Richie is coming from the west side. He's coming from like California. I think he was going from like San Diego to San Francisco to like Chicago. Then he had the layover in Chicago for like a night. Then fly to fucking DC. So he had been up, like he left like Wednesday. Whereas like me and Tyrone left it like Thursday morning. He left like Wednesday afternoon and spent the night in Chicago in the damn airport, which I can only imagine how fun that probably was. I would have been ready to shoot myself. I can't imagine. I just personally can't imagine hanging out in the airport that long. I know a lot of people do it because it's part of their thing, but I'm rambling a lot. I apologize. I talk a lot, and it's like 4 days of activities I'm talking about. So it was us three. So me, Tyrone, and Richie were hanging out in the airport. We got Chick-fil-A. Then we had to figure out how the damn metro system worked and where we needed to go to get the closest to our hotel. But the irony was that KG booked booked the hotel, and the motherfucking hotel had a stupid ass rule where they wouldn't even let us check in until after 3 o'clock anyway. So me and Tyrone and Richie already knew we were going to have to pretty much sit in the lobby of the hotel until it was after 3 just to clock in. This would imply KG got here on time. Spoiler, he did not get here on time. Well, actually, what I'll say is he got here on time and then proceeded to get lost to get to the hotel, which was a whole saga in itself. But I think the order was after Richie, and after we were at the hotel, I think Daniel joined us. Then I think it was like KG and Nessa. Polly had to work, so she wasn't going to get there until like the middle of Friday. So as far as Thursday night, that was a group. It was the majority of us minus Polly. And then we had the fun of registration, which was waiting in line, getting our passes. Then we dicked around in the Pokémon Center and bought some shit. I don't think I bought shit that day. I think I ended up buying stuff later on. And we took some pictures. I'll be splicing in footage and pictures as I'm talking. So you should be seeing some visuals and stuff. We took a couple pictures. And I would say Thursday was kind of a light day. Pretty much it was us traveling to DC, getting situated. And then I think we dicked around a little bit that night. Yeah, that was the evening we kind of explored a little bit. We ended up eating at this place called Bolt Burger. Never fucking heard of it. It might be a DC only thing, or it might be like, I don't know wherever. Maybe it's a Mid-Eastern thing in the U.S. I have no fucking idea. I don't even know if it's a chain. It could just be a local place. Don't throw up gang signs.
That's the peace sign.
That's not peace.
It's not.
It's peace with one hand. It's a gang sign with two hands.
It's not a gang sign.
What is it?
It's peace. That's gang sign.
Richie's out here representing the hood.
It looks like a gang sign to me.
I know, he's out here making.
In Canada, it looks like a gang sign.
See?
That's what they told us.
Yes,
Yeah, but see, Canada is so peaceful. That's why. Yeah. I feel like.
That's being used for the sign. I'm only happy.
So essentially, right now we're walking into.
We're actually basically in downtown, so we're everywhere.
Wait until listen. If you're gonna do it, let me shift the camera. Oh my goodness! Can we just send the clip to Polly and be like, "Yo, this is what you're missing."
Are you on stream?
Yeah. No, just record it. You're being recorded.
Who are we?
Terrible. Everybody's here. Oh Lord. We wish you were here. Send that to Polly.
You gotta send to Polly.
The point is, that food was good. Kind of fucking expensive, but the food was good. It was funny. We had a running joke that whole fucking night where we were like, we're gonna go eat Sbarro's. And like, I had never heard of Sbarro's. It wasn't until this trip I had heard of Sbarro's, and then I come home to find out, Oh, by the way, we have a Sbarro's here. I'm fucking stupid. It's a place that never comes up for me. So it's a pizza place, or I guess an Italian food place that like never comes up in conversation with anybody, which is crazy because the food is great. That was the kicker. But here's the thing: they were trying to eat it on Thursday night. Well, Sbarro closes at like 7. So like by the time they had made that decision, it was like 6:50 something, and I was like, "Ha! You're not getting it tonight." So we ended up getting Bolt Burger. Bolt Burger being pretty good. Now I believe this was like I said, Thursday wasn't insanely eventful. The only two things that kind of happened was Nessa went to go get her nails done, which kind of threw everybody off, and then we were all concerned because we realized, oh shit, we don't know where the fuck Nessa is. We just know she's getting her nails done, and we were kind of concerned. I don't know why the fuck we were concerned, because here's the kicker. Nessa is the oldest of us all. I'm not going to say her age just out of respect, but she's older than all of us, right? So it was like she's the oldest, and she's been to DC before. So what the fuck are we worrying about for? Still, you're concerned in general when we all came around as a group, and then she's just wandering fucking DC, getting her goddamn nails done. Yeah, I get a little paranoid personally. It kind of ticked me off. The more and more comfortable I got with DC, by the time I got like super comfortable walking around DC, I had to get on a plane and go home. It's so fucking stupid. But the first night was that. We kind of wandered around and dicked around. We didn't go that far out of the way. We kind of just wandered. We had no rhyme or reason. And I think Thursday night was the night we spent, because we also alternated hotel rooms, because even though KG booked both rooms, they gave it to us on 2 different floors. So like we ended up splitting into groups. So it was KG, Richie, and Tyrone who slept in their room, and then it was me, Vanessa, and Daniel in the top room. And we're like, well, fuck, because their shit was on the 6th floor and our shit was on the 9th floor. But we said we would alternate rooms. So I think the first night we were in KG's room, if I remember correctly. So Tyrone and KG were supposedly entering tournaments this weekend. So, and I think KG's was first. Well, it's funny because for one, like, we spent the majority of that night complaining about the shitty fucking TV that for some reason didn't want to read the HDMI output from our switches. And then proceeded to play Smash for fucking few hours. And then I'm like, well, are you going to play Pokémon Tournament, you? Because isn't that the game you're doing tomorrow? He's like, oh yeah, we probably should try a little bit of that. We only play Pokémon Tournament for like 30 minutes. And then the other thing is the video you've seen on KG's channel, which is the pack opening. It wasn't like, that was the main gist of Thursday. Thursday was pretty much, you get there, get into the rooms, get our registration badges and everything set up. We dicked around in the Pokemon Center for a little bit, and then we got food, hung around, kind of wandered the area, and then ended it off with a bunch of Smash Brothers, a little bit of Pokken, and a funny cart unpacking video that only took like 30 minutes. So I was just getting adjusted to everything. Honestly, it was one of my favorite experiences. And that's just the first fucking day. Like I said, I ramble a lot, so this will probably be I would argue this will end up being like an hour, maybe like an hour, probably an hour long video, depending on how much I ramble. So let's move on to Friday. So yesterday was pre-day. Today is the first full day. And we're walking. My God, we're walking. Motherfucker what?
McGrowlin. Wanted to see Johnny.
I think 18, 19.
18, 19.
I don't play this game often.
But it's DC. It's DC. You have to catch them up.
Oh, there is one I haven't played
I
yet.
think, in retrospect, I'm going to watch my language here.
Nice.
Exactly.
In one hit, I guarantee you.
Come on.
One,
Exactly. No fucking
two, a three.
Boom. One. A two.
You didn't say it, Richie.
A two.
No, he did the.
Yeah, but you had to actually do. I want the full line.
Yeah, I want the
Nice.
yes.
And also, I also got the.
One minute, leap.
I count.
Yes.
Oh, you gotta
It's a one-hit KO.
I'm missing some stupid hatch 9 eggs. Fuck you.
What?
I actually just recently did that one.
You gotta walk a certain kilometers in order to hatch
I
an
still
egg.
got.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I gotta walk like 10 kilometers.
You
to
can
hatch
get
an
all
egg.
that in the day.
Kilometer
Just
today.
one day, you
You can get that all in the
I put
day.
a 10 kilometer today actually.
I do
so.
adventure sync to help it out a little bit more.
Alright.
Most of the Laura Pokemon Go, I don't involve myself in anymore.
Oh shit,
know,
there's the
Bob.
10 kilometer egg attaching. Oh
Yeah.
nice. I think we
Yeah.
watched that whole time.
Why'd you say cut?
What I get, ooh, there's a spotlight.
Zigzagoon does not want you at all, sir.
But I want
Hey, I
it.
got a Lavatar.
Nice.
I could probably make that Tyranitar now.
No one found a Pikachu though. I'm disappointed.
It's big.
I still have one of those hat Pikachu's.
Christ. Also, that is the entire line. Well,
No,
actually, it's not even the
that's
entire line.
That's one side of the line.
Yeah, it's one side of the line.
And you got the
Exactly.
Yeah, probably because I hashed my
There's a total of 4 sides in this building.
That's so laggy.
We are
Why?
329th in line. Nobody.
Yeah.
We're like 3,000.
So note to self: if you're coming to Worlds next year, wherever it's being held,
Get
get
here.
here like 2 hours before they tell you to. At least 2 hours.
Do you have the decency to
Oh, we
wait
gotta get
outside for
moving.
2 hours? Are you willing to stay outside for 2 hours?
I know, it's like I've been out here in the trenches working my ass off to provide you with quality Pokemon content.
I'm just sitting.
And you do this shit to me?
Hello, Shield.
Lord
Oh,
almighty.
yeah.
Hey, you're mine now.
Let's just take a second to appreciate. We said we were gonna be kid friendly.
Yeah. Oh no, I gave up on that.
Motherfucker.
Real quick.
Yeah, that shit. Oh,
It's gonna be a long day. The child went out the window with the rest of the kitty stuff, except for the Pokemon. That's fine.
yeah, they should stay.
Yeah, they can stay. They can absolutely stay.
I think I'm gonna ostracize.
I'll probably
They
shoot
have
more.
new stuff though to buy.
Oh yeah, I do too. Although I will say, I just want more variety. If they switch it up each day, it'll be fine.
Oh man, if they do that, that's gonna be a gamble then as well. Because like there might be something you want to get today, but it's not there tomorrow.
Right?
And then you're gonna be like, well, shit, I should have bought it then, you know?
It's those past regrets that eat at you.
Yeah.
I didn't get the Melton plushie yesterday when I should have. Now it's gone forever.
Now for some reason there's only one no medal.
Oh,
All the
that.
100 plushies are gone.
See, it makes sense.
Yeah, right.
It's all about the lore. Maintain the lore. Jesus
I don't think
Christ.
Pokemon's that strong.
Jesus Christ.
I will admit though, the line is actually moving a lot better than I thought it'd be.
We're probably still going to be here for a while.
Oh, no, I
So
know.
I'll pick it up back when we get into the actual building.
Like it's starting right now.
Yeah, it's like the opening ceremonies kind of thing.
Welcome everyone to the Pokemon World Championships 2019! And a very special hello to all of our Pokemon fans tuning in from around the world. The most talented Pokemon players from nearly 50 countries around the globe have gathered here in Washington, D.C. to compete in the 2019 Pokemon World Championships. This weekend, we will witness some of the most epic battles in all of Pokemon history. Your countless hours of practice, your many hard-fought matches, and your relentless drive for excellence have led you all here to the premier Pokemon event. And what better way to kick off this amazing weekend than to have some special announcements about what is coming up in the world of Pokemon. To that end, please welcome the President and CEO of the Pokémon Company, Mr. Tsunekazu Ishihara.
experience because I think it's somewhere around Friday, Saturday, I start blurring a bunch of shit together. So I'm gonna try to keep my facts straight for the most part. So Friday, if I remember correctly, Polly didn't get there until 12, I believe. And Friday was kind of weird. So if I remember correctly, I think that was the first morning that me, Nessa, and KG found this cafe that was right next to, pretty close to the damn hotel. It was funny because there's also a CVS literally right next to it. The reason why that's funny is because I forgot to mention the only bad experience with the airport I had really was the fact that apparently my lotion bottle, this thing was too big. This thing was way too big to go on, so they confiscated it because I had a friend drive me, and I could have left it with them, but they didn't I told them to leave because I didn't think they were going to confiscate my lotion. And I have eczema, so dry skin drives me crazy. Thursday I did have to go to a CVS to buy more lotion. But it was stupid that by the time we realized there was a CVS closer to me that I didn't even realize until we went to go eat breakfast. The only people who went and got breakfast was me, KG, and Nessa. I believe, because we got it twice, didn't we? Damn. See, this is where the timeline gets fucked up. We got breakfast twice. But no, did we? No, we got it 3 times. We got it. I know we got it on Friday. I knew we had to get it on Friday because I had said that thing in the video where I said, Nessa, I would buy her food. And I believe it was Friday that I bought her breakfast that day. But I think we went there at least 2 or 3 times. It was me, KG, and Nessa. We all 3 went there 2 or 3 times. It had to be, I want to say it was Friday, Saturday. I don't think it was Sunday. I don't think it was Sunday. But I know definitely it was Friday and Saturday we went. Yeah, I know definitely Friday. It might have been just 2 days. So Friday, we found this cafe. It was me, KG, Nessa. We had that. There's a picture of that, which I'll probably post up there. And then after that, everyone else was getting up and dressed and shit. We ended up spending the majority of that day, I believe, at the convention itself, which we would not do for the rest of the weekend. But that was the day we spent the most time there. I think we went there in the morning. And they had the open ceremonies and shit, and we saw the new trailers for all the new items and abilities for Sword and Shield and that stuff.
Pokémon! 今年もポケモンワールドチャンピオンシップスがやってまいりました。Another year here at the Pokémon World Championships. 毎年この大会で行われる熱いバトルを見るのが大変楽しみです。I always look forward to watching all of the amazing battles that play out here every year. 11月にはいよいよ完全新作ポケットモンスターソード、シールドが発売され、皆さんのガラル地方での新しい冒険が始まります。I'm also very excited to be embarking on a new journey with all of you when we explore the Galar region in Pokémon Sword and Shield this November. 来年のポケモンワールドチャンピオンシップス2020年のビデオゲーム部門はポケットモンスター、ソード、シールドで開催します。Pokémon Sword and Shield will be the official video games used for competitive play at the 2020 Pokémon World Championships. 新しいポケモン、新しい特性、新しい技、そして新しい要素、ダイマックスが加わり、任天堂スイッチという新しいハードで最高の迫力のあるバトルをお届けすることができるでしょう。So this means we can look forward to, of course, new Pokémon, the new abilities, new moves, new strategies, as well as the new battle feature, Dynamax, all on a new platform, Nintendo Switch. 今日は世界中から来た大腕ポケモントレーナーの皆さんにポ ポケットモンスターソードシールドで新たに加わるバトルの要素の一部をいち早く紹介したいと思います。So today, I'd like to show all of you powerful Pokemon trainers just some of the new battle elements you can look forward to in Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. こちらの映像をご覧ください。Please take a look at this video.
So I think the way the morning went was like, it was pretty much all of us, except for Polly, who wasn't there in the morning, went and played Sword and Shield. Then I believe, because KG, here's the kicker, KG never went to the fucking tournament for Pokken. So it was like, damn, what the hell did you register for? Now luckily it wasn't like you, I don't think you had to spend money, or you didn't have to spend a lot of money. And as we would come to find out, KG wasn't sweating cash on this trip to begin with, so. But anywho, so we spent the morning, we tried out Sword and Shield in the demo for that stuff, which was pretty cool. I enjoyed it, I liked it. I know a lot of people are going to have their words to say about it, but I've been pretty positive for the most part as far as Sword and Shield contents go. So, kudos on that. So, I believe the morning was that. We waited in line for the Sword and Shield demo. We took pictures. Well, some of us took pictures with the mascots. I didn't care about taking pictures with Score Bunny, Grookey, or Sobble. But I know like the rest of them did. And we kind of got split up because of how the demo stations worked. So we had to wait for everyone to finish. There wasn't a lot. That was the kicker. Worlds didn't have a lot. Like, it was either that, it was the Masters demo, and then they had retro gaming, which I actually think we spent the most time doing retro gaming. I'm trying to remember how we did it, because I remember that was the morning, and then we had to double back at the we had to double back to the hotel to meet up with Polly, who got there like around noon or so. But what the fuck did we do? Because we had to wait in line a little bit just to get in. But realistically, I don't remember specifics, but I remember it was literally, we got there in the morning, we did Sword and Shield. I think we did some extra stuff later. Like, we ended up doing like some of the retro gaming. And then we doubled back to the hotel to go get Polly. And then we all went back over there, and it was, I think we got lunch. And I think that was when we had Sbarro's for the first time. We got Sbarro's for lunch, and Sbarro's was pretty good. We enjoyed that. I don't think, was that the day? That was not the day. What did we do? I think we had Sbarro's. We had Sbarro's, and we went back to the hotel, eat Sbarro's. Then we went back over to the convention because Polly hadn't been yet. And that was when I think it was me, Polly, Daniel, and Nessa ended up doing the Masters demo, whereas I think Tyrone, KG, and Richie were doing some TCG stuff, because they also had like TCG classes getting you like started into the trading card game and all that other fun bullshit. So they were doing that. We did that. And then we get to the retro gaming, which is really where we spent the majority of the day. Like literally the rest of the day was focused in that retro gaming section, because there wasn't a lot to do. If you weren't participating in a tournament, there wasn't really much to do unless you just wanted to watch the tournament all day, which none of us did. None of us watched the tournaments. So I think me and Tyrone were playing Stadium. You were disrespectful. You were so disrespectful.
Oh, there's way more mercy. You got it.
I think Polly, Daniel, and Nessa, I think, were playing Puzzle League. Not together, though. I think Polly and Daniel were playing Puzzle League because Polly had this huge obsession with getting the, I think it was Butch and Cassidy's stage on Puzzle League. And we found out, and for those who will know Nessa moving forward as the Puzzle League champion, this girl's skill at Puzzle League was astounding. I feel bad because I wasn't that involved in it. I was doing more of the stadium stuff, so I didn't catch everything going on. I was still in the vicinity, so I saw it. But apparently, Nessa has some insane fucking skills in Puzzle League, to the point where she was gathering attention from other players of Puzzle League. I think from what I heard, she got invited to a damn Discord server of like high-level Puzzle League players. It's crazy. That was the most ridiculous thing. Nessa is like a god tier at fucking Puzzle League. Who would have fucking thought? I didn't even know people were playing Puzzle League like that. But I mean, it's kind of like Tetris in a way, so I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. It just kind of threw me off. I wasn't surprised. I didn't expect that to happen. But I think the majority of that day we spent there, and then we obviously went back to the Pokemon Center. And the only things of note I bought was this World's Cup, and primarily because it's practical. I say that as I hold a fucking jug of strawberry lemonade instead of pouring it in the damn cup that I've had for over a month and have yet to use. And then I also bought my first Pokemon plushie, which is this. I believe this is a Great Ball, if I remember correctly. It's either Great or Ultra. I don't remember which. Does it tell me? Do you tell me? You do not tell me. Damn it, but I'm pretty sure it's either Great or Ultra. Which, this is my first plushie. I've never bought a plushie before. But I thought this was pretty inoffensive and something I don't mind having. I've tried to like sleep with it a few times. It's fine. I've never been like a guy who needed shit to cuddle with. I always thought that was more something girls did. Not necessarily because girls are the only one who like to cuddle. They're just the ones known for cuddling the most. The plushies I've always like, I like them, but I'm not like obsessed, I guess. But this one's fine. And if nothing else, I can do like cool poses with it. It's too fat for me to grab like a normal Pokeball. But those were the two things I bought. because I didn't need anything too crazy. So after we did that, that was Saturday. No, that was Friday night. So that was the night we went. Yeah, that was the night we went to go get something to eat again. But that night we split up. So the way that night worked, if I remember correctly, was everybody wanted something different. So I think Nessa and KG went to get some Spanish food. Me and Richie ended up going to get Chinese food. And I don't know what the fuck Polly and Daniel got. It was funny because Tyrone started leaving with like Polly and Daniel. And then as we got back, we found out that fucking Tyrone had ditched them to go to Chinatown to get ramen. And we were like, the fuck? It was funny because I ended up spending like $40 fucking on some goddamn Chinese food. The food was good. I just didn't expect to spend that goddamn much. But hey, it was World's Weekend. It's DC. I expected some shit to be expensive. I think that was really the worst thing. That and the bowling, which is what we did Saturday. And the way we ended off that night was once we got back, all of us were back with our food. I think we spent pretty much that night was a half and half of, we did like guess that song with KG's playlist, which by the way, KG has a really extensive fucking playlist. So if you're not like a huge one-size-fits-all anime fan where you were like dipping your hand in a bunch of shit, you could not have guessed everything he threw out. It was ridiculous. We played that for a while, and then we ended up watching Pokemon Movie 21, The Power of Us, dubbed. Because I had only seen it in Japanese, and I think Polly hadn't seen it at all. So that was like our first time. We essentially just all watched Pokemon The Power of Us. It was pretty still. I would say Friday was the most Pokemon-centric day. Because moving forward, things kind of got into like more general tourism than anything else. So now we go on to Saturday. Saturday is probably the most memorable day because of how janky it was. So I think that was the second day me, Nessa, and KG got up and got breakfast at, I think it was called the Cozy Cafe. That day, so we got it that morning. Saturday was Tyrone's day. So Tyrone is pretty absent for like the first half. I would say the first half of Saturday because he's stuck in tournaments. I think he was doing tournaments all the way up until like, I want to say like 2 or 3. He was doing tournaments. It was crazy. So pretty much his whole day was in tournaments. So he was up early. Actually, a lot of us were kind of wiped. So like a lot of us didn't even get up. I think me, KG, and Nessa got up early, but like the rest of them didn't even get up there early. Like I think Daniel slept in. Which, speaking of sleeping in, remember I mentioned that I want to say Richie was coming probably the furthest, coming from the west side of the United States, and I think jet lag hit him like a motherfucker because Saturday he was out. I don't think Richie got up until like 12. Like Richie didn't get up until like noon or some shit. It was ridiculous. So Tyrone was doing tournaments and he left the earliest. He left at like, I want to say 7 or 8. The rest of us, I think me, KG, and Nessa got up around like going towards 9. And then the rest of us, like Daniel and Polly, ended up joining up around like 9 or 10. And we spent the majority of that morning, I believe, looking for fucking Tyrone. Because we were like, damn it, Tyrone had gotten there so early. We spent a lot of that morning just like, where the hell is Tyrone at? And I think that's actually when we realized there's not a lot to do at Worlds. So we found Tyrone, and then we dicked around playing retro games again. Polly never did the Sword and Shield demo, so Polly went to go do the Sword and Shield demo, while the rest of us ended up playing, I think we ended up playing the mini games for Stadium 1 or 2. I think we did some battles, and then we did some like team battles, and then, which was the first time I'd ever played 4-player stadium battles before. I didn't even know that game could do that, because the only person who ever played with me was my sister, or I was playing against the AI. But we ended up doing mini games, and that was fun. And then we ended up just going back to fucking like the hotel. I think we also got Sabaros for lunch that day too. We had it like 2 or 3 times. It was particularly because it's close and it was convenient and it was known to be good. We spent an ungodly amount of time in the hotel. So essentially what happened was, since Tyrone was in tournament and we had gotten lunch, we kind of just hung in the hotel because they were like, well, we don't want to. Do we really want to spend the whole day at the fucking at the event again? And we were like, not really, because nothing really changed. Like, it was still the same stuff. It was still Masters demo, the Sword and Shield demo, the retro session, the TCG. They were showing Detective Pikachu, which all of us had already seen, so it wasn't a huge deal for us. So it was kind of like, all right, so what did we spend the rest of the day? And I think we spent like at least 2 hours in the hotel trying to figure out what we were going to do. And we decided to go bowling, but the bowling place, which was in the mall, had like this thing where you had to reserve spots and shit. And so it took us like 2 to 3 hours where we spent literally eating lunch and then just watching fucking SpongeBob episodes. We were watching fucking SpongeBob episodes on TV while waiting for other shit to go down. And so I don't think we left the hotel until like 3 or 4. It was ridiculous. Well, the weather looks nice.
Yes. It's actually nice. I actually like, there's like a bit of a breeze. I'm like, are you recording too?
Yeah. I feel like I need to get like footage of the area versus like the convention center. All the footage we've gotten is literally in the convention center.
Are you recording now?
Yeah, I'm just recording.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Well, here we go. Let's begin. The FedEx office.
We're not going to the
Make like a highlights video
Yeah,
or
I'm
something.
sorry.
Yeah, if I had to get this is a mixture of B-roll footage.
B-roll.
All right,
Yes,
so
good B-roll.
we got here.
I learned that from the world.
Vanessa pointed out my eye doctor, Richie approved. Right?
My Richie approves the my eye doctor.
Yeah, my eye doctor.
Why do you approve the my eye doctor?
It's his eye doctor.
Oh, that is yo. You don't need the sponsorship. You gotta make videos on your channel first.
Okay, here we got is the TD Bank. It's a bank.
Never seen it.
Owned by
Oh no, Cynthia.
Your best girl, right?
On the street.
Again, she's wearing all black, trying to look menacing and shit.
Wait here, guys. Wait.
Guys,
Guys.
Did what the fuck? Dude, what the hell? You madman! You have to wait for us. You don't know where to go. KG has the map. What do we do?
I don't know.
Damn
He
it!
has the
Will you
map.
accept this rose?
Are you offering Cynthia a rose? Do you want to give Cynthia a rose?
Yes.
All right, we got another shipping here.
Yes.
Cynthia ex-player, best pairing.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn you, sun glare. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I was gonna try to record the game
We
footage.
just gotta go one block more up, basically.
Oh, Tyron's just
He disqualified?
Yeah,
disqualified.
he said
Why?
because he sucks. I didn't know what was the proper wording for that situation. Don't hit me, car. I'm not from Virginia. I don't know. I don't go to the VA like that. And by that I mean the military hospital.
We could have been at the end of the street by now if you all crossed.
Hey, listen. We're not out here trying to risk lives to go to the mall.
Also, we're trying to help Tyrone.
Wait, I kind of want to take a... Okay, now I want...
What happened to his pride that he had?
Well, if he DQ'd, that means he got disqualified.
He just got Dairy Queen, but we just separated.
What are you doing? You didn't make any. That was so.
That was
That was a triangle.
Oh, good.
Good Jesus. I'll get over here. So. Steady hand. Steady hand.
Never mind.
Wait. I look uncomfortable.
I'm so sick of you. Is the Adrian, is the picture clear?
No, it wasn't clear.
Come on, yo.
Who has long arms? DJ has the tallest.
Kevin, no. Kevin, you can't make that decision. Damn it. To go to the mall, to go to the bowling alley inside of the mall to go bowling, which was funny because Tyrone had gotten DQ'd by like around that time. And so he joined up with us right as we were about to start like bowling, which cost an ungodly amount of money. And thank you, KG, for paying. I really fucking appreciate it. because that shit is insane. The amount of money it was stupid, considering we only did like 2 games. 2 games, and we didn't even have like we didn't have full 2 lanes. We had 1 fucking lane. It was dumb. And the planes looked ghetto as hell. I'm like, this, Jesus Christ. I mean, barring all that, we still got some fun clips because they had the music playing. So I think it was primarily Tyrone, and then me, and then a little bit of Paulie, and Richie kind of joined in with some ridiculous dancing to certain songs that we knew. Tyrone showing off like a fucking madman. That boy has so many skills, it's ridiculous. Tyrone is like the master of so many fucking skills. It's insane. Jesus Christ. Bowling was really fun. I enjoyed it. And so we got out of bowling and it was like, okay, fuck, what do we do now? I think we doubled back. What did we do? Did we go directly? I think we ended directly going to like Washington, the Washington Monuments. I don't even think we went back to the hotel. I think we literally just went to the Washington Monuments. And the rest of that night is memorable for one primary reason. We walked this whole, by the way, that's the kicker here. Me, Tyrone, and Richie had bought these Metro passes and literally never used them during the weekend, except for the beginning and end of our trip. And Richie didn't even do it then because he ended up catching an Uber with Nessa going back to the fucking airport. So he didn't even use his Metro on the way back. But so we walked from the hotel to the mall, and then we walked from the mall to I think the monuments. And we spent pretty much the rest of the night, at least the majority of the night, doing that. Lighting is bad.
Wait, should we like become
This is the disadvantage of being black, y'all. You don't show up at night. You don't show up at night. All you can see is my teeth. Look at all these beautiful, bright people. Look at all of them. I'm gonna bust my.
Lighter melanin.
No.
That's all right. First off, that's implying something completely different.
all right.
See, look at when Tyrone has the light on his face, he looks swagged out.
Woo.
They all just have natural light on them. It's fine. It's hard out here.
It is hard.
It's out here for our melanin deficient brothers and sisters.
We can't do it while we're moving.
Yeah.
Well, just going to the monuments, which the monuments are cool. My problem was by the end of this shit, my feet, and I think everyone's feet, was fucking ragged. The only 2 people I think that were still physically in fine shape was like KG and Nessa, because they're fucking gods, and their feet are that. And I think I'm the heaviest one there, so of course my feet get tired real quick. I toughed it out and it was fun. I enjoyed the whole experience, but Jesus Christ, my feet were killing me by the end of that night. It was fucking ridiculous. Because Sunday was the day I slept in. So Saturday night was cool. So we went to all the monuments. Well, we didn't go to all of them. We went to a good chunk of them. Particularly because we waited too fucking long. We were in the bowling alley for so long. By the time we got out of the bowling alley, it was probably like 7. And then by the time we got back to the hotel, it was like 10 or 11. I think Polly and Nessa turned in early, and like the rest of us ended up playing Jackbox Party. Now, I had never played Jackbox Party, but that shit is super fucking entertaining. I am actually genuinely surprised how entertaining Jackbox Party is. It is so fucking entertaining. Especially the Faker game, to me, is my favorite game. We had so much fun. Fucking love that game. KG is a fucking problem, like I mentioned before. KG's a problem, and Daniel is surprisingly good at it. I was like, damn. That was really fun. My feet were just killing me. So that was Saturday night. Sunday was pretty much the winding down night. That was the start of the winding down because I slept in that day. Like I don't think I got up until like maybe 10, maybe 11, I think. Because I think, and like I said, Richie was passed out till 12. And then the others were kind of out of it, I think, on Saturday morning. For me, Sunday was like my, And I wanted to get the fuck, and I was just like, I'm sleeping in today. I don't care. Because my feet were still killing me, so I was like, fuck this. So like Sunday, I wasn't even with everybody for a good chunk of it. Because like in the morning, they'd all left, and I was just out. So by the time I woke up and got my shit together and was going over there, they were pretty much done with they were done with Worlds. I think the only thing I hung out for a little bit was we went to like the Pokémon Center. The other kicker was that I forgot my badge anyway, so it wasn't that big of a deal regardless. But Sunday was pretty uneventful. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention is that I met one of the subscribers / followers, which is Twin Daggers. Shout out to Twin Daggers. Thank you for all the support you show me, man, and thanks for seeing me. It was cool meeting you in person. You're kind of quiet, but I think maybe that was a mixture of nervousness or whatever. But yeah, still cool dude. I appreciate meeting you. But yeah, Sunday I wasn't with them in the morning much because by the time I got there, they were already leaving. Now this is where we lost a few members. Polly left earliest due to I think she wasn't feeling well, and then she had work. It was just not a great situation. So Polly was only really there for like a day and a half. Maybe a little bit more than a day and a half, and it was kind of a shame. But she's really cool. She's really nice. She's really sweet. It was really good meeting her. We're definitely doing this again next year. We just don't know where or when because of time constraints and where everybody's lives are going to be in like 6 to 8 months. We don't fucking know. But we're definitely doing this again. We just don't know where the fuck we're going. Honestly, DC I could go back to just because I feel like we didn't do a lot in DC. We didn't do everything in DC. We only did like a chunk of stuff. So Polly left around like noon. And then I think Daniel ended up leaving at like 3 or 4. And to be real with you, Sunday, I don't think we did anything. I think Sunday we got lunch. I don't even know did we get Sabaros for lunch like every fucking day? I need to go back and check my bank statements. I think we got Sabaros like 3 fucking times. I think that's what we did. I think we literally got Sabaros 3 fucking times. That's crazy. I think. I'm not sure. Maybe we know. What did we do? I don't even remember what we did for lunch. I think we did, though. I think we got Sabaros 3 times in a row. It was fucking ridiculous. I know we at least had it twice. I don't know if we had it all. I don't know if we had it 3 times, but we definitely had it twice. But, so Daniel left around 4. I think we literally spent the latter half of that day just hanging out in the hotel. I think we were in hotel the majority of Sunday. I think it was Worlds, lunch, hotel. And then I think we all went back out separately for, like, our various dinners. Like, I think me and Tyrone got McDonald's. I don't know what the fuck Richie ended up getting. I don't know what Richie got. And then I think KG ended up getting Popeyes or Church's. It was a weird night. I don't remember a lot from it. Because realistically, we didn't do a lot. I think we ended up playing the Jackbox games again a lot. Yeah, I think that's what we did. We just played a lot of Jackbox. And then we started watching a bunch of like various footage. Then we hung out. I think I don't remember. Weirdly enough, I don't remember a lot of Sunday. Sunday was a weird night. I don't remember a lot of it. We lost Daniel and Polly that day, and we pretty much hung out in the hotel the whole time. I don't think we went out at all. We finally went to the roof of the hotel, which was stupid. I don't know why we decided we waited until then, because we had lost 2 of our fucking members. But damn it, it took us too long. We went to the to the roof of the hotel, which was a cool view. I took a few pictures out there, recorded like a few small videos, but that was it. And I think we just turned in. I think we turned in early. Yeah, I think we did because we all had to get up earlier for different times. So like, also we had to be at the hotel like 12. So like, we got up that morning, and the order of people leaving was, if I remember correctly, it was Richie and Nessa left first. Richie and Nessa left first because they both called an Uber with each other. Then it was just me, Tyrone, and KG. KG left next, and then I left next, and then Tyrone was last. Tyrone didn't, because we all had different flights. Like Richie's flight was in the morning. I think Richie and Nessa's flights were in the morning. KG was taking his like the bus he took from I think he's from what, New York or New Jersey back to DC. So I think that wasn't until like noon or some shit. So he left, and then it was me and Tyrone, and I only hung out for like an extra 2 hours, maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours, and then I had to leave Tyrone. So Tyrone was by himself for like at least 3 more hours because his fucking thing wasn't until like 7. I think like he didn't get home until like 9. And the ride back wasn't as great as the ride going, only because it was raining in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I had to make a stop. So mine was like from DC to Charlotte, North Carolina to Georgia, both coming and going. Which the kicker is that I will finally get non-stop 1 trips from Georgia to fucking DC without doing any like in-between stops. But that doesn't start for me until next fucking year. So this year I had to stop in fucking Charlotte. And guess what? Charlotte was raining on the way back. So they actually closed the airport for like an hour. Like no one could leave or come in. So all the flights got delayed coming in and out of Charlotte. So like, I think I got on the plane on time in DC, but we didn't even take off until like an hour or so later because of the Charlotte delay with the weather, which I understand it's just inconvenient. I was pretty burned out though, because essentially that means I spent an extra hour in DC and I was stuck on a plane because they didn't want to. They said if it wasn't that long of a wait, they weren't going to make people get off the plane just to get right back on it. So we sat in the plane for an hour, then we took off and went to and then I had to run across the Charlotte fucking airport, which is fucking huge, by the way. Only to find out, oh yeah, by the way, they delayed the flight back to Georgia, so I had a bunch of time. So I had like killed my legs running, only to be like, oh, well, I guess I get to chill out for like 30 minutes. So cool. So I don't think I got back home until 9 o'clock that night. And it's weird because when I tell you guys what we ended up doing, it doesn't sound like a lot in retrospect, but man, I just enjoyed being with people who share similar interests. I enjoyed us fucking around with the games and talking a bunch of bullshit and just talking Pokemon in general. I genuinely just enjoyed the company of Tyrone, KG, Kevin. Actually, you know, fuck the YouTube names. Tyrone, Kevin, Vanessa, Daniel, Polly, Adrian, and Richie. Polly's kind of different, and it's funny because I've only known Polly and Vanessa, or Adrian and Vanessa, for like not even a year yet. I haven't known those two. Those two I've only recently met. Whereas Richie, Kevin, actually Daniel's in the same boat. I've known of Daniel, but I haven't really. This was the first like interactions I've had with Daniel, like in general. The most is what I should say. But yeah, the whole experience was just fucking great. I just appreciated just having, for one, time away from this bullshit, and then, not from YouTube, but I mean from just my life here, and then just talking with similar-minded people. It was a fun fucking experience. And like I said, we barely did enough of DC. I don't even think we've only talked about it casually, but I would definitely go out and travel again. I just don't know if we're going to do DC again. But we definitely should do some fucking where. I don't know where, but we definitely need to do some fucking where. But DC was great. A lot of fucking traffic. And really ridiculous driving. But other than that, fucking DC is great. And the bowling alley being too fucking expensive. I think that was also because it was in the mall. Overall, that was a good experience. I enjoyed it. And I got to meet great people. And hang out for like 4 days. I said the next time we do it, we definitely need to take like a week. But I think we should each take a week off and hang out. I just don't know where the fuck we would go now. But that's definitely something I would totally do again. So I had fun. I hope you guys have fun listening to me ramble on for like an hour. If not, I apologize. If so, yay. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the support. I'm definitely going to try to record more videos. So just look out for them. I'm probably going to edit this one down because this one is way too fucking long and I feel like I rambled in certain sections where I didn't need to. So, yeah. Thank you, DC, for showing me a wonderful time. And thank the Pokepod for being gracious people. Friends, co-hosts, otherwise, just a great fucking experience all around. Now I need to clean all this shit off my fucking bed and turn off the light behind me. Yes, I know it's been behind me. Just didn't care to cut it off. Anywho, vlogs again from your boy Terrell. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.